Okay, start off the back there with some lat pull downs. I should have put the straps on for this set, but it's okay. All right. Okay, even without the straps, that was a super good set. Yeah, I'll talk about whatever I want to talk about in the next set. Alrighty, set 2. Okay, so let's talk about this with my lifting partner. Let's tell him to take his thumbs off the bar. You know, let me know your opinions down below, but I believe when you unwrap your thumbs from around the bar, it involves less forearm and upper arm, and you can focus more as like using your fingers as a hook rather than trying to hold onto the bar. Okay, all right, I'll knock the weight down for the next set. Oh, okay, my lats are already on fire. Yeah, okay. Oh, well, I'll knock the weight down for the third set and get some better squeezing in. Okie dokie, third set, I'll knock the weight down, 20 pounds. Let's get some good squeezes in. Hang on, I'm letting the blood drain. Okay. Good third set, good squeezes. Hopefully we can move on to some type of row next. Okie dokie, we moved ourselves onto a, what is this called? Chest supported row. Now typically I go for the higher up grip where I can flare my elbows out a little bit more, but because of the shoulder, I can't flare the elbow out and hit the rear delt like I want right now. So we're just gonna opt for a good squeezing on the middle portion of the movement. Even though I'm gonna keep the elbows in, I'm still gonna squeeze the back. Oh, golly, man, the burden's kind of crazy right there in the middle of the back. Right in the middle where the traps are meeting up. That's where I'm feeling it the most, which is super good because, you know, if I'm actually working that pretty good, then maybe I'll get a little bit of thickness up there. Set 2, same premise, really good squeezes. Okay. All right. Good second set. Definitely one more of those. This feels really good. All right, on to set 3 here. Really good squeeze. I just like created a saliva bubble in my mouth. That sounded weird, right? Oh. Okay, my lats are starting to get really super fatigued right now. My lats are properly thrashed, actually. I didn't realize how fatigued my lats were getting until that set. That was hard on the lats to get it back there. But, hey, we'll see what happens next. Okay, we moved on to this. This is my second set, final set of the workout most likely. I really wish that there was actual handles on this, but it's okay. Just going for a good squeeze, keeping the elbows a little bit down to keep the rear delt less involved, to tweak it less. Otherwise, I'd probably raise the elbows up higher so that it was more upper back and rear delt involved, but because of the tweak, I can effectively do it with the elbows at 45 degrees or lower right now, so that's where I'm keeping it. Okay, I am thoroughly thrashed right now. I think if I did more higher up elbow movements, I could have got a little bit more out of it because I've just been thrashing the lats because of the pull line that I've been using, but I'm good with that. Really good last set. Alrighty, the back day is complete. Very easy peasy. Not easy peasy. You know, oh man. Sometimes I just flip the camera on, the camera on, and I just don't even know what to talk about yet, but I think I got an idea of the direction I want to go. Usually, you know, I like talking about how the training went and things of that nature. It is a little too bright maybe to do this without we'll try and rock without sunglasses for a little bit, but you know, I said the back day was easy peasy today, but I take that back. It was not easy peasy. There's always, you know, challenges to lifting. You know, sometimes the challenge is literally just getting to the gym, or it is, you know, the effort you put forth in each set. Because, you know, if you go hard, it should feel like a challenge, you know? It shouldn't feel like you're just kind of breezing through your sets, you know? Like, you can feel good, healthy, like if there's no injuries that you have to worry about or anything like that, then like, yeah, the sets are gonna feel really good and really solid, but like, you know, you're putting in the intensity and the effort, then, you know, it's not gonna be easy peasy lemon squeezy, right? In a sense, because for some people, going to the gym is easy. I mean, I love going to the gym. You know, going to the gym hurts me more, or not going to the gym hurts me more than actually going to the gym, you know? So when I'm completely healthy, sure, things feel easy peasy because I didn't have any obstacles to overcome, but that doesn't mean that the intensity I was putting in was that easy peasy breezy type stuff. So yeah, it was, today's obstacle was still the rear delt. Thankfully, I think it's getting better. It's tough because the only surefire way that I can recover this elbow the quickest is to not bench press, is to not do any upper back movements, to do light rear delt exercises to build the muscle and rehab it essentially, and to take work off because my work is it's so rear delt involved. If you guys know what an electric pallet jack is, you know, you gotta swing the handle with my arm, and I'm a right-handed person, but for some reason I drive left-handed on that thing, so it is a lot of rear delt because I'm going like this the whole day, you know. So a lot of rear delt action gets put in there, but that's fine. You know, plan B is to just kind of take it easy and try not to directly work it, you know. So don't go heavy on the rear delt flies. I don't really do that anyways, but a lot of the back movements that I like to do right now involve rear delt because I try to keep a high elbow degree, you know, between, I would say, 60 and 90 degrees of elbow, you know, what is that called? Flare, elbow flare. I try to keep the degree a little bit higher because, you know, it involves more rear delt in there and helps get the upper back in there as well. But, you know, it's not an option right now because it is actually still, you know, a little painful to be doing some of that stuff because I do test it out. You know, I hit a rep with some lighter weight to see if I can flare the elbows more, and today I was like, yeah, you know, it's getting better. I can feel it getting better, but I'm still not willing to push it right now. So That's why the lats got a lot of work today, just because I was keeping the elbow so tight into the body, but I was still focused on getting the squeeze in the upper back. So the traps got worked really good. Rhomboids, I mean, the rhomboids are getting worked when you're doing a row motion anyways. Doesn't matter if you're doing it high elbow degree or low elbow degree, you know, whether you're trying to hit the upper back or lower back. When you're hitting both when you're hitting both, you know. You can bias some things, but you can't completely isolate it in most cases. So like when you're doing a row like that, it's really hard to just isolate one specific muscle and keep the other one out of it. So I'm still getting work in the rhomboids, just not biasing them, if that makes sense. You know, the lats are getting more biased. And towards the end, I was definitely feeling that. I don't do a lot of lat biased rows. Like right now, I focus on more rear delt and upper back biased rows than I do the lat one. So, you know, the lat pull downs plus the close grip, chest supported lat rows, and then the ones at the end, a little bit higher elbow degree, but still heavily lat involved. So, you know, they were fatigued, you know, but that's just the obstacle that we had to work with today. And, you know, barring, you know, a broken arm that's going to keep me from lifting, I'm working through the obstacle. I'm gonna do my best to work around the obstacle so I can still get a good lift in, you know? And obviously sometimes the option is to just not even hit the targeted muscle group that I want to hit, you know? Let's say my rear delt hurts and I just simply can't hit. But there was actually a day like that where I just could not hit. I hit lat pull downs. It was a week or two ago, something like that, and the video's title was literally just latissimus dorsi, you know, like, because all I hit was lat pull downs and then I had a little talk at the end. That's it. That video did numbers for some reason. I think the reasoning was because I put latissimus dorsi on there and I didn't just put lats. You know, you just put like the whole scientific name. But it's fun. We're working through the obstacle. We're doing our best, and that's all that you can really hope for, you know. Because right now I could be like, it hurts when I bench, so maybe I shouldn't go to the gym and bench today. It hurts when I do an upper back row, so maybe I shouldn't do any back today. You know, I could use that as an excuse to skip the gym. Yeah, you can only supplement, obviously the phone stopped recording, but you can only supplement with so many other exercises. You know, I feel like on this 4-day split right now, I hit pretty much everything I want to hit. The only thing that doesn't get super involved is maybe the shoulders. That is the only thing that I don't like directly work often. Everything else, let me think. Everything else, yeah. Pretty much everything else gets direct work, you know what I'm saying? So I can only supplement with shoulders so many times. So other than just taking a rest day, there's not much else I can do when it comes to skipping an entire muscle group. Like I can't just be like, I'll do shoulders instead of chest today, but then also later in the week do shoulders again on back day, which is the next day, you know? I guess if I flip some of the days around, then maybe I could hit shoulders twice a week to like, I don't know, supplement for a lack of chest and back day because of the shoulder. But I can still do those exercises. I just have to be very specific about the way I do them, you know? And that's just the obstacle that we're working through right now. There's always going to be an obstacle, I think, you know? And I think if you expect there to not be an obstacle, I think you're fooling yourself a little bit, you know? There's most of the time, I think an obstacle is going to present itself that you kind of have to get over. Not every time that you want to work out is it going to be easy breezy. Whether it be a time constraint, you know, you got a full day, it's hard to get to the gym, you don't know when you're going to be able to get to the gym, you didn't get enough sleep last night, you don't feel good, you're sick, you know, you got an injury or something like that. There's going to be an obstacle at some point, you know. Not every day is just going to be something that you can just walk in and hit the lift, no problems involved. Obviously, everybody likes that. Everybody can hope for that. But at the end of the day, it's how you overcome the obstacles that do present themselves. Not how many obstacles you face, but how you react when those obstacles happen. Are you just going to be like, oh, well, can't do it anymore. I don't want to. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? You know, I had to stay an extra hour at work, so, you know, I'm just not going to go to the gym today. And then you get home and you stay up for 3-4 hours, you know, past your bedtime. You got to go to work the next day and you're like, I didn't get enough sleep last night. Maybe I should skip the gym today too so I can go home and sleep after work, right? I don't know why I'm doing that voice, but, you know, it's things like then you just start to spiral into making excuses for yourself, because when you're making excuses, you're only hurting yourself. You know what I'm saying? If you make excuses to not go work out, even if you got a gym partner or something like that and your gym partner cancels, because, you know, they're going to be out of town or something or the other, that could be used as an excuse for you not to go. You're like, my body's not going, so maybe I shouldn't go to the gym. You know, like, that's like, why does that make sense? You know, that doesn't make sense. If your buddy's the only thing motivating you to go to the gym, then, you know, I understand where you'd be coming from. You're like, if you're not quite in love with the gym yet and you're going because your buddy's going, your buddy's the only reason you're going, your workout partner's the only reason you're going, then I can see where the hurdle would involve itself, you know? Like, that's the main reason going is because they're going. So, you know, you take a day or two off, but as long as it doesn't spiral into you just never going, you know? Because at some point, sometimes a gym partner is just going to fall off. You know, they're not going to want to go to the gym anymore, especially if your goals aren't bodybuilding or powerlifting or weightlifting. Like, if you don't want to do something within that realm and you don't really care about the sport of bodybuilding or maximizing your bench press for a power lift or your hang and snatch or your clean snatch, like, I don't even know if I use either of those words correctly, but you know, then I can see where it would, if you don't have the idea of, well, I have to go to the gym because I want to be healthier, I want to, you know, feel better about myself, I want to prove to myself that I can do this, you know, then it's going to be tough for you to convince yourself to go if your buddy's not going. I get that, you know, but at the end of the day, that's just another obstacle that will present itself at some point if you go with a gym partner, and that's just another obstacle you got to overcome. You got to realize that, you know what, I'm going to the gym because I have to, you know, I want to. I want to be healthy. I want to get bigger. I want to get stronger. I want to look better. I want to, you know, feel better about myself, be more confident in myself. I want to have a healthier heart, things like that, you know. Once you realize that those are really good overarching goals to have, and not just going because a gym partner is going, then, you know, you're going to be more likely to stick to it because you have a better resolve than just, well, this person's going, so I'm going to go, you know. And I think a better resolve is great in a lot of cases, because, you know, that's where you start to get the intrinsic motivation rather than extrinsic, right? So, like, instead of an external motivation, you're getting something that's within you, that's lighting a fire within you, that you can kind of harness and use that as motivation to go to the gym. And I just got this fire in me and this passion, and just the gym is something that has been so consistently in my life that it feels wrong to not go. You know, I feel guilty not going because I'm like, I should be able to work out. Like, when I had heart surgery, I was like, oh, you know, I kind of want to go to the gym, you know? I'm like, even though I know very light physical activity after the heart surgery, you know what I'm saying? Had to do very light physical activity, couldn't do too much. Even though I really wanted to go to the gym, because especially after a major surgery, you got to take some time off, you know? It's not just 1 or 2 days. You got to take some time off, you know what I'm saying? So it feels a little out of place because, you know, I'm never used to missing more than 2 days, you know, if I'm on a vacation 3 days, right? I'm never used to missing that much. I always try to go at least once or twice a week, you know, at least, even if the schedule's crowded. So, you know, there's always overarching topic, you know, the overall topic, there's always going to be obstacles that you have to face and you have to get over, those hurdles you have to pass, and that is going to happen. And if you find a way to work around those obstacles instead of using that as an excuse to not complete your task at hand and not do something that you should do, that you have to do, all right, I gotta finish this video before the phone shuts off yet again. Just, if you got to find a way to get over those obstacles instead of using them excuses. That's all it is. Once you can find a way to get over a lot of obstacles, you know, the better off you are, not just in going to the gym and lifting and things like that, but also in life. Because in life, there's going to be a lot of obstacles that you got to overcome, you know, and nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. I still use obstacles as excuses in other parts of my life. But when it comes to, you know, like, especially when I'm scared to do something, I will find an obstacle that will be an excuse not to do it, you know. The gym, I am able to overcome those obstacles because that's one thing that I'm not afraid to do is go to the gym and get a lift in, you know. So it's easy in that case because I'm always trying to find excuses to go to the gym. Whereas in other aspects of my life, you know, in social settings or whatnot, you know, where people are like don't get me wrong, you know, I like to go out to like a little dive bar, you know, listen to some bad karaoke. Even when I'm not, you know, having a drink or anything like that. I don't even drink alcohol like that these days. Even when I was in bodybuilding prep and I literally had no alcohol, all I was doing at a bar was drinking Diet Coke. I still had a fantastic time, you know. But you know, when it comes to like, oh, let's go to the club, I'm like, oh, you know, I gotta feed my cat. They're like at 9:30 p.m. and I'm like, yep. Well, you know, he gets fed at 6:30, but I gotta make sure that he eats all of his food because he's old. So, you know, I'll find an excuse to not go, you know. But that's just like dragging him out to a social setting. But, you know, even then I'm overcoming those obstacles. I try to say yes more to that stuff, even stuff that I'm scared to say yes to. So at the end of the day, it all comes down to overcoming obstacles and how you react when they present themselves. So if you can find a way to do that, I think you'll be in a better off spot. But other than that, y'all, good back workout today. Good pump. No pose down. Sorry about that. But I appreciate y'all for watching. And I hope to see y'all next time.